How's it going, everybody? Today will be my SpellGround V2 review of this blue and white version. I don't know what this one's actually called. And then I have a moss version. And then I also have a blank V2 blue fabric that I got in a silent auction on their Facebook page. And this one is signed. But I'll mainly just be kind of showing off these two because they're the official releases that they've done. And I think both of them came out in 2013-ish. So according to the paperwork, it says 2013 on there. So I'm gonna just kind of assume that 2013 through maybe a little bit of 2014 is when these were being produced. I'll give you a nice close-up. So I feel like they are very similar in feel, just not quite the same. This is more dense. This is definitely a lot thinner. If you can kind of tell, like definitely like more flat and flimsy. So for this review, I'm gonna stick with the blue one because I've shown this one a lot already in videos. So this is the oldest SpellGround that I own. Oldest, I guess, by fabric, as well as the one that I've had the longest. I got this one in a trade shortly after I discovered SpellGrounds and had been trying to get one. And it was actually the mat that I won my first tournament with, which was pretty cool. The mat's very clean. The ink itself is very flush with the material. You can't really it's not very noticeable. If I close my eyes, I wouldn't be able to really tell, except for maybe on these more thicker portions. And then this one is a 2-player. These are Ultra Pro matte sleeves. They slide pretty good on the glossy side, and then on the matte side, it slides fine. You have a little bit of a indent or protrusion where the folds are, but not nearly as bad as the Ultra V5 is. And in my opinion, with these older ones, I kind of like the fold in it. I don't want it to be 100% smooth, but I want it to still be playable, if that makes sense. And just to simulate gloss, here's an extra deck double sleeved, both sides. It's gonna slide really nice with glossy sleeves as always. So back when these released, they were sold for $29.99, which is pretty nice. It came in one of these bags, and you get your little paper insert. And then just really quick, for people who haven't seen it, this is what my moss SpellGround looks like. It's just more of a greenish, mossy color. And then this one, the folds are definitely a lot worse too, but it's never, and this is my pride and joy mat, is my V2 moss. It was the one that I looked for the longest, that I was finally able to get, and then that was when I stopped buying pre-owned SpellGrounds. It was also the first SpellGround I had ever seen. My first opponent that I ever played against, which is now one of my good friends, he had one of these and continued to destroy me in my first round playing Plants versus Cleafort back in 2014. So that was pretty rough, but that's when the addiction started for me. If you have any questions, you can go ahead and leave it in the comment section down below. I would say V2 is definitely the best fabric by them that I have tried. Speaking of fabrics I've tried, I do not own a V1 SpellGround. I've only seen a couple of them at a regional tournament. So unfortunately, I won't be having a version 1 SpellGround review anytime soon, unless I find somebody that can let me borrow one, or I find one for a good price. But to go along with completing this review, I would definitely say that this is my favorite material. And then the last thing, I guess, is there's no negative axis on it, just to mention it. It goes smooth every which way, so there's no worry there if that's one of your concerns on the mat itself. I can't really think of anything else, so if you like the video, consider checking out my other reviews. I'll continue to review different mats from other brands and companies. I'm not affiliated with any of them, so I'm just kind of giving you guys my raw opinion and my own personal experience with brands. And I've had to buy everything with my own money. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.